Hello and welcome to another video, and today we are going to talk about the Boston Red Sox Stadium in Fenway Park.
That's the 97 on the road for the ages. Oh my goodness! Yes! It's the day! Wow, that was awesome.
So I'm just going to tell you about the understanding of these videos I'm going to do now and stuff. Fortunately, I did all like the MLB teams of like the history of like the players and stuff. Now I'm going to talk about the stadiums, and fortunately starting with Fenway because it is going to be, the oldest park is still going on right now and stuff, and then I'll go into the list to old to new and just talk about like the history about Fenway. So that's just like now the new thing I want to do is just talk about the history of the field and the stadiums where the MLB teams play. There is another stadium was called Huntington Avenue Ground from 1901 to 1911 for the Red Sox. It was located what now in the Northern University across the New York Haven and Hartford Railroad tracks from the South End grounds, and it's also the home of the Boston Braves. The first site of the World Series is also in that typical stadium for the Boston Americans in 1903. Cy Young pitched a perfect game in that stadium in 1904. And then Fenway Park came out in 1912 to present time, making this stadium the oldest stadium in MLB. John F. Fitzgerald threw the first pitch at the first game. The Red Sox beat the New York Highlighters, and then also the newspapers overshadowed by continuing covering of the Titanic sinking 5 days earlier. The new park of Fenway, the Red Sox even won the World Series that year in 1912. Red Sox won 6 World Series in Fenway, and Boston Braves actually won once in the World Series in 1914. In 1926, there was a fire burned down the left field bleachers. Fortunately for the iconic green monster in Fenway, it's literally 37 feet high. Yeah, 1947, they put arch lights. In 2017, Samuel Adams renamed the deck of Sam Deck. I did a tour in Fenway, and we actually sat in these old wooden seats of the grandstand section. Very iconic red seat of Ted Williams hitting a 500 feet home run, hitting Joseph A. Butcher in the head. The right side of the field of the home run foul pole, we got Piskey Pole, named after Johnny Piskey, and this pole became the shortest outfield distance, left or right field, in MLB. Piskey hit 17 home runs in his career, but 6 was in Fenway, and 2 of his home run at the 8th inning of 1946 on opening day. The left side foul pole they called Fisk pole, and named after Carson Fisk when he hit the walk-off home run in the 1975 World Series in Game 6. There's also a big giant team statue. I actually took photo of myself with the statue. We got Bobby Doerr, Dom DiMaggio, Ted Williams, and Johnny Piskey. And there's also a like solo of a Carl Yastrzemski statue as well. I also have a picture of that. First time history for the Red Sox first baseman Hugh Bradley hit the first home run in Fenway in 1912. First grand slam by Rabbit Marinville of the Boston Braves in 1914. Rube Foster pitched the first no-hitter in 1916. Elijah Pumpwise Green became the first African American player in the Red Sox lineup at Fenway in 1959. Red Sox switch hitter Reggie Smith became the first player in Fenway to hit a home run from both sides of the plate in 1967. And then we got the retired numbers: Bobby Dorr, Joe Coronin, Johnny Pixie, Carl Yastrzemski, Ted Williams, Jim Rice, Wade Boggs, Carlson Fisk, David Ortiz, or you can call him Big Papi, Pedro Martinez, and Jackie Robinson. Unfortunately for Jackie Robinson, he's retired in all stadiums. That is it. That was the history of Fenway Park. I actually been to this stadium before last year, and I also took a tour afterwards. After like the next day of the game, it was actually really exciting moment for me because you got to really think about in the back of the day, especially when the stadiums was made in 1912 and stuff. Very well known Hall of Fame players around at that time, even playing on this stadium. Like talk about like Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, and stuff. And there's more on of that. I just named two. Players on the Red Sox, but fortunately enough, like that's pretty cool. Like I don't know why, but just like we were standing to a stadium where Babe Ruth actually, pitched for the Red Sox, and then Ted Williams even played and stuff, and obviously getting that 500 feet home run, having the only red seat. It's very iconic. It's making history. So that's pretty much that. So yeah, we're just gonna talk about each team of the stadium's history. So we just finished Fenway Park, and hopefully enough, I believe of next will be Wrigley Field. So hopefully you guys are hyped for that. Hope you like this video. Hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and thank you for watching.